little unfair. I mean, that was just
okay. So we're going live now. We on
Yep.
now. All right, here we go.
a little unfair. I mean, that was okay. All right. Welcome in, everybody. Third Generation Wrestling Podcast, 3GW. Here to talk some blood and guts. You know, maybe I'm gonna redo that because I want the audio. All right. Yep, we back, everybody. As I just said, blood and guts, AEW Dynamite, and the 3GW crew, the OGs in the building. The real Big E, Rob the Ambassador. How you feeling tonight, man?
Feel pretty good tonight, man. Didn't know what to expect, but without saying too much, I enjoyed the evening. I enjoyed the show.
Now, originally, we were going to talk the whole card. We're just going to breeze through it. But just because I had my kids had basketball games, I thought I was going to be able to get back and watch the whole thing. And then, of course, inside the school, there was no signal at all. So, normally I would just, pop it on the phone, but no dice. No dice. I did, however, get to catch the first match, most of it anyway, with Orange Cassidy versus All Ego Ethan Page. Of course, with Dan Lambert's retarded ass at the ringside. So sick of him. I'm still an Orange Cassidy fan. I think he changed his theme music again. Maybe they lost the rights to the old one, but I could tell he was still a little banged up from Forbidden Door. Not 100%. I'm not an all ego Ethan Page fan at all. I mean, it's like Dan Lambert and Ethan Page is right above him as far as my dislike. Not like true dislike. The match though I thought was decent for a TV show match. You gotta suspend disbelief a little bit because he had him up in the razor's edge, and him going for the pockets over and over again. I get it; it's a fan interaction thing. I get it. Let me let it go. But I can't get past that. This man won the match with 2 orange punches and a scoop slam. That's what you're running with.
The whole thing about the slam is, Lambert was talking about how small Cassidy was and how big Page was, and nobody thought he'd be able to body slam him. He tried it a couple of times during the match, and then, of course, they're trying to pop the crowd. He hits the 2 orange punches, finally gets the slam. That's the story they were trying to tell anyway.
Yeah, this was 1987, maybe. That would have been a big deal, but I'm sorry. I mean, you can sell anything. You can get any move over. I mean, how many times has the Hurt Lock, gotten over, as a move? But that's an actual move. This is just a scoop slam. I mean, come on. Whatever. Entertaining though. I'll give it that. What else? I guess there's. And see, I'm worried about this whole angle right here. The Christian Cage with Luchasaurus angle they got going, and he whispered something in his ear last week, and it's like, well, what did he tell him? And that's gonna kind of be the story here. Like, how did you get Luchasaurus to leave Jungle Boy and join you and be, a heel now? And now you're wearing all black. You're not wearing, even the mask is black. It's kind of, we kind of had a little squash match here. It looks like, and I don't know. How do you feel about this? And I'm just concerned that the payoff is going to suck. I mean, I know Jungle Boy coming back is what we're all going to look forward to, but the reason is what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I'm just curious to see if Jungle Boy can make it on his own. He's a small guy, and him and Luchasaurus as a team, I could kind of buy that. Jungle Boy, the quick guy,
Yeah.
and then Luchasaurus, the big strong enforcer. And I can also see Luchasaurus on his own, obviously big, strong dude. You can see him having a singles career, but I'm just curious to see where it goes with Jungle Boy. I also know that Christian Cage, man, had a very, very controversial promo.
Last week,
going
that
after
promo sucked.
Huh?
He said the one thing about his dad. I get that.
Right.
But the rest of that promo was trash.
Yeah. And I mean, of course, that's going to hit a nerve. I'm sure that wouldn't have Christian wouldn't have done that if Jack Perry, aka Jungle Boy, hadn't given me the okay. But look, but you're getting heat and people are talking about it. So I think the rivalry is building up pretty good. But so where's this leading? Jungle Boy versus Luchasaurus? Is that what we're?
I'm thinking Lucha's work is gonna work Christian, and then they're gonna do a Jungle Boy versus Christian match. I think whatever was said with Lucha is just a way for him to be like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna work with you for a little while, but eventually I'm gonna turn on you too and bring back Jungle Boy and then have the Jungle Boy Christian Cage feud.
I could buy that more than I could. I could buy that more than a Jungle Boy Luchasaurus feud. So
I don't want to see that.
Yeah.
I think the match would be great because they're both athletic. It's not like Luchasaurus a stiff worker. He's not. Dude moves like a cruiserweight, but it's just the size difference is so staggering.
Yeah, I mean, it just would be. Look, maybe they could make the match
intriguing. Than he did when AEW first started.
Yeah.
So yeah. After that, they had Danhausen and Friends versus Max Caster and the Gun Club. So Danhausen, FTR defeated the Gun Club and Caster. Did Max do a rap on the way to the ring?
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. Look, man, I don't.
I'm just gonna say was it good or not. Sometimes some.
Well, I don't think any of them are good. So then that answer for me would be no, because I think they all suck.
Oh, I thought so.
I'm trying to think of something. I'm trying to think. He always makes a reference to something controversial, and I can't even remember.
Yeah. I think it's unique though. He does it differently every match. It's not the same rap,
Yeah.
And he has to rap on beat. He's on beat with the speakers in the crowd in the arena, which is hard to do.
Yeah, they made at post match. The match ended when gosh, I'm losing guy's name. He was in the wheelchair.
Max Cast. Shit. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, man. I just had to, man, it's on it. But anyway, miraculously, he's healed now. And in trying to help Caster and the Ass Boys, he took a crutch trying to hit, and I can't remember if it was a member of FTR or who it was, but he accidentally hit one of the Ass Boys. And so that's how they lost the match.
Oh, okay.
And so then, of course, there was some dissension at the end, and the Ass Boys were coming at Caster, and their dad, Billy Gunn, stepped in and kept them away from Caster, saying, no, back off, don't do that. Not Caster, but dude, we can't seem to remember his name.
It's not Bivens,
it is Anthony something, isn't it? Or Alex? It's something with an A. That's his first name.
Something. I can't think of his name from that. Y'all know who we talking about.
Anyway. But yeah, so the post match.
I did see Billy Gunn. I did see a little footage of Billy Gunn. Dude is humongous, man. He was almost 60 years old, and he looks like that.
He is more jacked than either of his sons, and he's one of the most jacked dudes in the company right now.
He's one of the most jacked dudes in wrestling.
Yeah, period. Man, at 57 years old.
Ripped up, man.
Yeah.
Crazy. It's crazy. All right. And of course, Jade Cargill versus Layla Gray. I don't even know who Layla Gray is.
Well, they said she was making her debut tonight. Obviously, this was pretty much a squash. This Layla Gray got a little bit of offense. Of course, Jade Cargill won. The interesting thing was that after the match, Stokely Hathaway got on the mic talking about how Jade Cargill had made this open challenge, and that this Layla Hathaway was the only girl who had the guts to stand up. And then he called out Athena and Chris Statlander, who of course come running down to the ring, to, going after Kira Hogan and Cargill. And then the interesting thing was that Stokely encouraged Layla Hathaway, who had just been beaten by Jade Cargill, to get in and help. So she gets in and starts helping Jade Cargill and Kira Hogan. Yeah. And now Jade Cargill seems like, hey, I don't really need your help. I don't want your help. But so I'm curious to see if Stokely Hathaway tries to bring her into the fold with the rest of.
Maybe he liked what he saw.
Yeah, maybe he did. So Jade Cargill didn't seem to want anything to do with her, but Stokely Carmichael seemed all about her. So tune in next week or even Friday.
They gotta give him a different name. That shit's hard to say.
Yeah,
Stokely. Who the fuck wants to be named Stokely?
Yeah, I like Malcolm Bivens. I like that name better.
Now in retrospect, I didn't like the character, but the name was it fit,
Right. Now, there was a backstage segment on this show. Did you hear about the match announced for next Wednesday?
Is it
TNT Championship match?
Yeah, Warlow and Scorpio Sky.
Yeah.
I want to see that.
Yeah, I'll be watching.
Yeah. I love Scorpio Sky. I'm glad he's been, a TNT champ for a while, but if they're gonna run reward though, they gotta give him and it's a street fight, so
which means there can be outside
there can be some shenanigans. So if Warlow does lose, you gotta remember American Top Team, you got all ego Ethan Page and Paige Van Zant and Dan Lambert. Okay. Now, the main event here. Thing that we all came to see. The Blood and Guts match. AEW's version of War Games. And William Regal, appropriately, on commentary, during this match, because he used to be the one to announce in NXT War Game. So we got, let me make sure I don't want to mess with these names, because some of these guys, right at the top, the first thing I noticed with this match was the star power was not nearly as much as last year. Got the Blackpool Combat Club versus the Jericho Appreciation Society. I think having, as JR called them at the end of the night, Cesaro was a big help. I don't know if you heard him say it.
I did, man. Yeah, I'm having a hard time getting used to Claudio Castagnoli.
I let that one slide because it's like he was Cesaro for a very long time. Mm-hmm. Okay, like I'm sure people slipped up when Bryan Danielson came over because it's literally switching of the names,
right?
I don't know what the cosplay was or what the idea with the red outfits was with the Jericho Appreciation. That's why I asked, was it like Cobra Kai? They got the things on the side of the pants. It looked like or Street Fighter. I don't know. I don't watch Cobra Kai. So y'all out there wondering why I don't know, I don't watch Cobra Kai.
I watch Cobra Kai, but I've never seen any of them just like that. So
I don't know. I thought like usually that or they just feel like wearing red. I don't know. But this match was up and down for me. Okay, it was kind of like the what they call it, the what was that match? Something in the arena.
The one they did on the football field.
The one the one they did Double or Nothing this time. Something in the Mayhem in the arena or some shit.
I was thinking Mayhem in the arena, but it doesn't sound right though.
It don't sound like what it was. Whatever it was, it felt like that, but just inside two cages. Because there's just so much going on. And this is not their fault. I get it. The commercial breaks really messed this match up because now even with the picture-in-picture, it's still distracting. I can't hear what's going on. I can only hear the commercial. Um, but let me give it the positives. I did like that it was just as hardcore and but it lived up to the name, blood and guts. There was, I mean, Mox. The thing that stuck out, Moxley had those those skewered sticks.
Yeah.
Jabbing in my man's forehead. That uh the thumbtack spot.
Yeah.
Jesus.
We saw glass.
Glass.
We saw tables.
Uh, yeah, Hager got put through a table.
Yep.
When Santana came in, and he came in like a raging bull, but he just looked sloppy. I mean, the stuff he was doing, the chops in the corner looked terrible. He tried to uranagi and ended up hurting his goddamn self. So that did not go well at all. Um, I thought Claudio looked great in the match. He was one of the bright spots in the match. This this is where John Moxley thrives. He looked great in the match as well. Hitting those hitting cutters off the top rope. Sammy Guevara, that dude never ever disappoints, no matter what the match is. And well, except that one match where he was in the mixed tag with Ty Conti.
Yeah.
But we all knew that was like the gimmick, and that was why. Whatever. What else? What stood out to you? I'm trying to think of stuff.
Well, first of all, it was very bloody. It looked like Moxley was opening up a lot of these guys with using the fork, and then later the skewers. Like I said, we saw tacks, we saw glass. You mentioned Guevara, and I don't know if you saw the spot where he got thrown off of the top of the cage.
Yeah,
reminiscent of the Mick Foley incident with him and Undertaker from '98. And you could tell that the table was set up to take the fall, but it still was done
a real
well.
table.
Yeah, it's still, and Guevara sold it well, and it was still a good spot.
And they were smart to put like water bottles and things on the table, so when he went through it, stuff went flying off of it. It's a, like an exclamation point. That was smart.
Yeah, but yeah, guys were bleeding all over the place. Match like this, not really my cup of tea, but when you're calling it blood and guts, this is what you have to do. So I thought they did that very well. And once again, glad for Claudio because he showed up. He actually won the match for the Blackpool Combat Club by submitting, and I can't remember the guy's name he submitted, but it was the same guy that one of the guys that Moxley cut open, and then also body slammed him on some tacks. That dude took a beating in that match.
And that's kind of where I'm landing with this one, though. I have like, there's good spots in here. There is. And there's some low spots, and there's problems with camera angles. There's like a huge crowd reaction when they cut the commercial and they don't show what happened. You'll never know what the hell happened. I was like, well, thanks.
That's been a thing with AEW is, WWE Raw, they go to break almost, one or two times each match, but they manage to do it, and they don't even do picture in picture.
Right.
But you never get the feeling like, oh, we missed something, right?
Right.
But AEW does it all the time.
Well, that's a testament to how well it's directed because they know, okay, cut here, cut there, and I know you can't be perfect when you got a War Games match, but I don't recall any blood and guts in this situation. But I don't recall watching NXT or their War Games matches and having a problem missing anything.
Right.
And maybe that's because they had a cameraman on the inside of the cages. And maybe I don't know. I don't know if they have one inside the night, but it just, the direction is just not there. This is not the first time it's happened. It's happened a lot where you just miss stuff because the shot is not on whatever happened. And
and it's hard. You've got so many guys in this match. You've got 2 rings. And it really takes great camera work to try to capture everything. And I think that's just something AEW is still not so great at, but hopefully get better at.
Oh yeah. And the finish, I didn't like it at first, but then I was like, well, maybe it's gonna tell a story. I don't know. Claudio tapping out. Never. It's been years since I've seen somebody tap out to the sharpshooter, aka the Scorpion Deathlock. But I guess I could let it slide here. It was a brutal. Like I said, that guy had been beat to shit anyway. And I did like though that Eddie was like, dude, no. I was supposed to win the match with Jericho. Yeah. I had him beat. So I thought that was interesting. Just a little bit lackluster for what the match was. You know, they did, but I can't say they didn't give us big spots. They did. They gave us, like I said, Sammy going off the top, Swan diving through the table. I mean, they did give it to us. Everybody was bleeding. And when I think it was Moxley or maybe in Kingston, grabbed those thumbtacks with his hand and threw them in Jericho's face.
That was Kingston. Yeah, to break up. He had a Jericho. I think he had Moxley in the walls
in the walls
while Moxley was on the tacks, and to break the hold. Yeah. Kingston grabbed a handful of tacks, threw him in his face.
Eesh. Yeah, that could go wrong. Really wrong. Like really wrong. You lose an eye.
Yeah. Brutal match, man. It was a brutal match.
Okay. Moment of truth. What did you give it a grade?
Oh man, this is tough for me because, like I said, I do not like these kind of matches, but you're calling it blood and guts. People are expecting things. They're expecting blood. They're expecting tacks, glass. I mean, we got tables. We got Sammy Guevara going off the top of the cage. So looking at it through that lens, I got to give it superb for the type of match it was. Did I think it was the wrestling was superb? No, but this is a grudge match. This isn't a technical type of match. This is a fight. It's a war, blood and guts, and that's what we got. So I guess you have to say, looking at it in those terms, it was a superb match.
Maybe in those terms, but you said something in there in your grade there. It should have been the climax to this Eddie Kingston Jericho feud. So why didn't he get the finish? And it's not like the crowd. I mean, they couldn't wait for Eddie Kingston to get in the match. When Eddie Kingston came out, they were going ape shit. He should have won. I get it. Claudio's back in wrestling and everybody's excited, but he did not need to win the match. Nobody would. He wouldn't have lost any credibility. This need to be about Jericho and Eddie, not just winning. Like winning isn't enough when it's been this type of feud. Like you have to get the win, and he should have submitted Jericho. I think that would have been it would have helped elevate Kingston. He didn't get elevated by this win. That being said, I'm going to go pay-per-view worthy. I think it is a pay-per-view worthy match. I don't think you would catch a match like this. I mean, even though it was technically on TV, it would fit on a pay-per-view as well. I feel like I don't know if it would main event because I've seen better undercard matches than this. I've seen better still. We witnessed the better steel cage match than this at All Out last year. But again, it is a rarity. I think that there was enough. They gave us enough, but definitely for pay-per-view worthy to me. You could call it being nitpicky, but I believe that tying up a story the right way is just how this thing should go. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I didn't fault it for that because I just feel like they're building up to another singles match between Jericho and Kingston. You know, because Kingston didn't even really have much interaction with Jericho in this match. Not really. That was the whole story of the match. He wanted to get at Jericho, but he didn't. So obviously they're going to do an individual match between the two. So I didn't fault it for that.
Oh, well, we'll see. We'll see. All Out's coming up soon. We were talking about before we came on here. We are pretty gung ho about going. I'm going to put time in. I have a lot of PTO stored up, so I'm gonna put a couple of days in for this because I want to be able to truly enjoy and not worry about having to get up in the morning and all that good stuff. I want to, do it up. We can maybe get a hotel, and that way we don't have to. I don't have to drive 50 miles back home and all that shit at 1 a.m, dead tired and half drunk.
Shit, I'm gonna be all the way drunk.
Right. So anyway, what did you all think? Did you all enjoy Blood and Guts? Was it everything you wanted to see? Or what do you think for this one versus the one last year? I think this one still beats the one last year as far as the ending goes. But the one
Without a
last
doubt.
year had more star power. So, what do you prefer? Let us know in the comment section below. Send us an email at thirdgenwrestling@gmail.com. Hit us up on Instagram at Third Generation Wrestling Podcast and Twitter podcast_third. We are back, trying to be more consistent yet again. We just did another Pardon Preacher, trying to laugh. It's pretty short, but we wanted to come back, ease ourselves back into the program, so to speak. Our Obi-Wan Kenobi Part 2 review, episodes 4 through 6, is now up as well. And right after this, we'll be doing our predictions. You'll probably see that tomorrow posted. Our predictions for WWE Money in the Bank, which will be taking place this Saturday. Worst case scenario, we'll probably do that live Sunday, if not Saturday night, but most likely it'll be Sunday. So, Ambassador.
Y'all know what it is. We love y'all and we appreciate y'all. We want show ideas and we want you to tell your friends so we can keep building this thing.
Hit that like button, subscribe, share. We appreciate y'all. Numbers are still going up. We love it. We love doing this, like we always say. And as always, take care, everybody out there. Enjoy your summer. Peace.